everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, Episode 4 with me, Sid. And last episode, we finally got and made ourselves a copper pick at the expense of burning my pinkies. I had to make some dongs, which I think are one of these, probably. Yep, there they go. Some tongs in there. But we have a copper pick. Now, I want to mine some copper. That's kind of a given. But, and it's a big but, not in any, horrible sense of the way. It's just a big but. Even if I mine copper, I actually can't get the copper bits from copper ore because I need to make a hammer. Not a half hammer, just a hammer. And of course, didn't I see a ruined? I wonder whether you could actually use a ruined war hammer. Because I'm sure I saw one of those in one of the ruins that I did, but would that? Don't know. I mean, I don't think it's a likely thing. So the other way to go with this is to go and look for some more copper bits, because I will, and of course, let's do this in the sensible order. If I'm going to go and look for some more copper things, bits of pieces of copper, what I probably should do before I go running off making copper is make myself a hammer mold, which will require me some of that. Raw hammer mold, and then of course it was also going to require me to cook said hammer mold, and that's going to take a certain amount of time, and it might as well be cooking while I am, wow, really bright. There, and there. This is like Tetris with clay. Do and do and do. Right, so we can pop that away. That wolf is definitely out there. Which I'm not happy about. I'm not dreadfully sad about it either, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to break down and cry or anything. I will deal with it. I just would rather deal with it in a little bit more armour than I'm wearing. I suppose I could always go off-piste and can't remember how much of this I need. We'll soon find out. Do more. And then stickage, and then I'm going to need to go and get some firewall, aren't I? Two more still. Oh, you can actually use interesting, I need some firewood. You can use hooferator on that planks. Interesting. Is that new, or has that always been a thing and I've just never observed it? I feel like it's not new. I think it's just 4, isn't it? Let's take 8 just to be on the safe side. Could have sworn I just heard something. Probably going insane. Nothing to worry about. No, it is just 4. Right, where to go having a little look-see for some more coppers. I mean, I've kind of been all the way over there. I'm a little bit wary of this direction because of that wolf noise I keep hearing. And there's not a huge amount of water over this way, so I'd have to sprint all the way back to the nearest water. Let me just grab, I haven't got any of those, so save the jerky. I'm sure that's got a reasonably good nutritional value. Right, yeah, this is that it? It could be, so let's not tempt fate going that direction. Let's head over this side. I'm still just looking for copper nuggets on the ground. Because I'm going to need enough to make, or have I got it? That's a dead. That's another grave. We've got another obsidian knife. Did not. An anvil mould. Oh, that's a false blade mould and some gears. We shall. Again, I'm not going to. A few people have pointed out where I've left things behind. I am going to pillage all of these ruins. They're going to be levelled. They are not going to. They are not going to survive my predations. I am going back there and I'm going to level them out. I'm going to be using a hell of a lot of builds because I've got an idea for what I want to build this season. I mean, it could be the fox that killed the hare. That would be. That's not. You know, when you just look at it and you go, hey, was that a... I hate knowing they're out there. Wolves are horrible in this game. Certainly early doors anyway. Well, I can't really do much else. I can come and offload some stuff here and see what we got when, you know, there's that will neatly go away in there. That really won't go away in there at all. Anything fitting? Oh, these are, that's cranberry bushes, so they're easy. They go on the on this side. The red currant bush can go there. Lovely. Need to drop off my clay. Probably that spare knife, but it's a question of what. I mean, it's not a brilliant knife, don't get me wrong, but it's mine. Whether you can. Nah, don't be daft. What about a tool rack? You can make a tool rack. That would be something. Then we can just pop that on there. No, that won't go on there because you can't tool rack those, but you can tool rack tools, so we can do that. That's the way to do it. There we go. Right. Well, it's going to be a while till I can get the hammer mould. I'm fairly certain I had more than enough copper. Now, when I think about it, I'm fairly certain that one of these had, yeah, so we've got 38. I only need another 2 splodges of it to get that, but I can get the hammer, which means that we can mark. Wow, that is a big old thing. I'd love to. I can definitely hear that wolf. I just can't figure out where it's coming from. I mean, can we see it? I just don't think I can. Am I going to regret this? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It definitely feels like it's over in that direction. The sound seems to be coming from over there, which is something I could explore. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. I don't know whether I've got time to get over there. While we're waiting, let me just go and have a fertile around. There's something over there that looks interesting, and I'll be back in a mo. Yeah, there's another small ruin over here. Nothing major, but there's bony dirt. Have that. What have you got? Archimedes screw, and wow, that was worthwhile. Can't hang around over here too long because I need to get. I didn't bring any means of snoozing the night away, so. But I did at least bring the means of picking up the bony dirt, which is always worthwhile because at some point we will sift all of that and we'll find we get loads of stuff. Right, well, I also didn't find any nuggets or anything over here, but those gears made that little trip worthwhile, so we'll head back. I think it'll be a little bit longer for my... that's just sand, isn't it? For my pit kiln to finish up, and then we need to make a hammer. And once we've got a hammer, then I can mine copper. Now we've found that anvil mould in that grave, which I will have to go back and pillage properly in a moment. Then I can actually see about getting a copper anvil. Now, I definitely know I'm ahead of the curve at that point, because I definitely did not have a copper anvil even by episode 20 of the last season, probably close to 30 or 40. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering it harshly on me, but you know, it's that will be a big step. Don't like these bits. I really do need to kind of thin all of this out, just so I can see better what's going on around me, because these are all mature. I haven't got any capacity to carry those though, and I mean, we're doing all right, but it is spring, so food is somewhat more plentiful than it will be come winter. How are you doing? Yeah, still burning. That's fine. Figured it would be. Right, I just need to sort my inventory out. We'll sleep the night away, and that will take us to day 9. And I don't think we're in any danger of getting caught up by a temporal storm quite yet. So I don't know what you do with those. Oh, I did look at those. They're used for making things which I think are way beyond any ability I have to make much of anything right now, but night vision, they sound like fun. That can go. An Archimedes screw. Don't know what you use that for. What is it for? I mean, well, I obviously know what an Archimedes screw is for. I mean, you know, what is it for in the game? Yeah, still none the wiser, really. Right, I will see you in the morning. Okay, the pit kiln is finished. I've also just created another pit kiln. 2 pit kilns actually. 4 crocks and 4 bowls. Because we're getting to the point, and again, the difference between this playthrough and the last playthrough is very visible for me, and very feelable. Last playthrough, I really didn't fully understand what I was doing and how it worked and what the implications of this, that or the other were, and I was learning a lot of the things as I went. Now I know about how to cook meals, for example, or how to I need to go and get the 20 copper donut and for some coal and some wood, I think. 19 and 20. Yeah, now I understand a lot more. The speed feels a hell of a lot better. You know, I'm just kind of going, yeah, right, I need to do this, and I'm still, well, I'm not going to say probably not. I am pretty certain that I am absolutely not optimal on this. This is just, you know, this is just a thing now. I'm sure if you were speed running this, which, you know, could be a thing, I suppose. It's not really my bag, but there you go. While I'm at it, you can have that bit of clay. I can eat the grain because I'm not quite ready to start with hoof raise. Oh, coal, that's what I wanted, wasn't it? Coal. I had a little bit of coal. I think it was one of those graves that had some more coal in it as well, so yeah, that's always a bonus when you find a little bit more of that. However, we've got to wait till this heat up. We'll make our hammerhead, and then we're in a position to go and get copper, and in theory get a copper anvil, which this will allow me to make a copper saw amongst other tools. I would love to know where that will, well, actually no, I sure hope I never find out where that wolf is. I can break those. I think I can break an awful lot of this with bare hands. Certainly all of the stair blocks, which is going to be handy for our temporary accommodation. Right, you are at 700. Off you go. Get yourself up to Moors. Anyway, yeah, I'm just waiting on this. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I had a productive day. The hammer is set, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I mined a little bit of stone. I've dug a bit more dirt up ready for when I need to hide from Mr. Stormy. And I also put an extra tier on the hut here, so I don't get out of bed with my head literally in the roof. I also grabbed some onions, not enough to make a meal, but that's fine. I've got the seeds as well, which I've stored. And we've also got some grain from one of the food storage chests. So looking alright, I'm ready for that. Plus we got that as well, which is always handy. Right, I really am not sure where that wolf is. I keep hearing him howl, and it seems to be moving around. Wow, that's a lot of durability on that hammer. How much damage does that do? 1.3. Yeah, I mean, even my spear does that. That does quite a lot, but it's not got a huge amount of durability. We'll put the hammer there for now. We're going to head over and we're going to try and mine a little bit of ore. Because realistically is the next thing we need to do. I'm not going to take any more of this food with me right now because I'm conscious that every time I take food with me it cuts down on my if I can get this chicken. I was cockadoodling for a long time after raw poultry and some feathers. Now the raw poultry is not going to be a great deal of use to me, but I can always, if I can get a bit of wood over there, I can always cook it, I suppose. Feathers will come in useful later, but not so much right now. However, if I can get myself a decent stash of copper, then I can start thinking about my enclave and how I'm going to do this. And it's not going to be an easy build. But then again, nothing worthwhile is ever easy, so all good fun. I should also check out these ruins a bit better if I can. But first things first, let's go to our first little copper deposit. Got my shovel. I'm going to dig down. I'm going to find the underground copper and it's down here somewhere. Just need to find it. There it is. Got sand so we can get out of the hole. It's poor quality, which is not the best news, but I've got lots of copper deposits in the area, so it's not the end of the world that this one isn't, you know, perfect. As long as whatever I mine up is enough for me to make another pick at the bare minimum, then it's always going to be worthwhile doing the mining. And this, well, for all it's a poor vein, it actually looks to be reasonably large. At least I think it's feeling large. It's difficult to tell. Yeah, it's kind of, you see, it had all the chances in the world and then it went and ruined it by doing that. Doesn't matter, we'll carry on going because there's more ores to be had in the area. And there's still more over this way as well, so mustn't grumble. I mean, I can grumble if I wish to, but I'm not going to. Cracked granite. Oh, we got that bit there, didn't we? How much did we come out of there? 32 chunks, and they're 15 each. So that's actually not that bad. Right, how do I arrange to get myself out of here? Like this perhaps, and then we'll map and delete. There's more there, that's tin. More, oh yeah, I mean, you know, and I've not even started getting over that way yet, so let's continue. I don't know why I'm walking around with my knife out. That's not my best or primary weapon. And that's just bone. Again, I'm not going to waste time on that. What I will do is try and find the copper vein under this lot. Because it's down here somewhere. And there it is. And it's also poor. So, at the end of the world, because that'll stack. See, there's always a silver lining. You just have to look for it. Yeah, so, oh, yeah, there's a little squidged up one. But again, this is still more copper and there's still more to be had. There also sounds to be some drifters down here somewhere, so need to be aware of that. I suppose the biggest concern is that I dig out a block and then the entire chunk of copper plummets into a pit beneath it full of good old death sloths. But it doesn't matter, we found it, we're going to dig it, and this will be gone at that point. And we'll be good and happy. And with that tin, I think that would actually mean that I could quickly move myself onto a bronze pick, which would have a really good duration of life, especially with my tweaks to the jaw. This is a big vein. Big old vein. In fact, I think I have stopped picking things up. What can I lose? Oh, there sounds to be quite a few, don't they? Well, we'll see how we go. Anyway, if anything happens other than me tapping away at this stuff and getting copper, I'll be right back with you. But otherwise, let's just continue on, shall we? One thing I did get told that I left in this ruin was a sconce, and I think, yeah, I could pick it up. I didn't pick it up at the time for one very simple reason, and that was I didn't actually have I don't think I had capacity. There was a ruined warhammer in there, yeah, okay, and some ridge tiles and some paper. I still want that, but I am well laden down. I've gone through 3 3 ore deposits. They were all poor quality, which is fine because that meant I had plenty to go at. All of this I really do want. I mean, I don't know whether there was anything left. There's a flower pots and rotten things, and an extinguished torch, which of course I could relight and break and take. Mine now. But I don't think, apart from, again, there's still stuff here which I have not fully investigated. I don't know what that is. Ruined bed. I mean, I suppose that makes sense. It looks like a ruined bed, so it probably is a ruined bed. Little box canyon there. It's a shame this is just so dry, otherwise it might be of interest as a building location. But I love the skybox, although I am modding, so I'm going to kind of skirt around this way and go back. I'm also not going to be carrying those. I'm going to be carrying this. Although again, you know, if we were going for a realistic experience, you should be able to keep wolves and other wild animals at bay with fire, because you know they're scared of it, aren't they? A bit like Frankenstein. Well, the monster, not the doctor. Oh, the doctor could be scared of fire. Who knows? That was never established, but certainly the monster is. But must be all the formaldehyde or something. But yeah, so I'm just going to kind of head us back now with all of this copper. Because nearly 3 stacks of poor copper is a lot. That is... Whoa, hello. Watch where you're going. That's more than I was anticipating coming back with. But then I suppose on the flip side, that's a good thing. I haven't got a lot of food on me left, of course, though. And I'm not going to get... Well, you get more off of proper food than berries. Berries are never going to be that filling. And I suppose they shouldn't be, really. I mean, you know, if berries were that filling, Yogi wouldn't be so bothered about all the picnic baskets now, would he? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to head back. I will see you there. Alright, as you can see, the back home, the aged torch holder can be used to place torches which will never burn out. We're rocking already then. Right, I need to find somewhere to store me feathers and somewhere to store me stuff, and we can start off with and somewhere to store me seeds. That's an important one. Have I got anywhere where I can do something worthwhile like store me seeds? Anything that I don't really need? Not really. I mean, I suppose I could kind of, you know, don't know, do something with something. Don't know is the answer. Locust part. I mean, I don't even know what you do with it. Obtained by breaking locust parts, but what are they used for? I have no idea. I do know, however, that I have got a lot of copper, which means that we can almost certainly make if I need 900 and it's 24 so 100 is 5. 160 is 8. So 180 is 9 ingots of copper. And then I've got enough to make pretty much anything I want, including my pickaxes, which I haven't used that much of my durability. So we can do that. I will sleep the night away. Why is that gone to... Oh, because I've just put it in there, didn't I? Of course I did. Okay, it doesn't matter. I need 180. We know how much we need. It's not a problem. So, and then we divide that up 4 ways. So that's going to be 90, 45 in a thing. Well, I am getting dire for food though. I'm going to have to eat. Wow, that actually fills you up quite a lot. We can leave you until we're ready to pick you then, can't we? So you, I need... $45 and 45 will make that. And 3 of those, and another 45 and another 45 will make us 900 units of copper. I really need to come up with some storage, don't I? But first things first, let's get this 6 of those. We'll grab the coal, all of it, and we'll get this cooking up. I'll bring the anvil mould down. And just click it. That's none of this shifting malarkey. You just need to click it, mate. Come on. And we'll place you there. That is still going to take a while to get to the 700. So, and then we need to obviously put the coal in to bring it to the 900. So that's fine. No, 1084. Going to need that though in the old offhand. Is there a drying? Can you make jerky? You can make dried. Nah, not much you can do. Just wonder. I mean, that's maybe something you need, isn't it? Some kind of drying as a preservative, or smoking. I suppose you can smoke it. I'll have to double check that one. I seem to recall that might have been a thing at some point or other. I think we're ready to switch over to coal. Can't believe I'm going to have an anvil this early on, which will give me access to the saw, which will give me access to, well, I mean, if we had more wood, there's some over, quite a lot over that way though, so yeah. Now we're coming up on the 1084, then it'll start smelting. It'll take a while because there's quite a lot of copper in there, and I'll be back in a mo. Okay, we are almost there. And I've realised I've left the coal in, so I might miss a little bit of this, maybe, but that is pouring, and poured. So, oh no, I got it. So, yeah, in terms of where we're at, I think this is probably a good point to end this episode. I really do need to think now about a saw. Once I have a saw, then other things become more possible, like chests, for example. So armed with this, we can then make a saw, which will then allow me to go and get some of that to turn it into chests to make other stuff. But I can also now relax a little bit, because I can also start bringing these ruins down. And in theory, I've got enough copper and all the materials and means necessary to replenish with it when this thing. Now I could, for example, that, you know, I can break that with anything. It's a handbreaker wood. It is going to burn more energy if I do it that way. So I think, given the slight extra amount of copper I have, and it is only a slight amount, you know, I'm not swimming in it, I think the saving in food and energy and time is probably going to be well worth it, and we'll bring these ruins down. This one, that one, that one, that one, that one, maybe even that one. There's a little ruin over there actually that I need to explore, but I didn't, for obviously, otherwise you would have seen me. But this shouldn't take too long to get one of these down, and then I can start to think and plan some foundational work. It's not going to be a finished item. You know, this game has the same, all of the same problems that Terra Firma Craft had. And I've now got a slight problem. I can't pick everything up because my inventory is full, which is an absolute damn pain in the bum. So I'm going to need to go and try and make some sense out of that as well. Which is why I think chests will be getting to the ability to make chests first is probably a beneficial move going forward, because right now, you know, I can't store any of this. So I think I may even get I need to make ingot molds and everything. Oh man, there's so much to do. And right now I haven't even got any food, so that's a problem too. What do I go and swap out? We'll take the conglomerate and we'll put that away for now. I'm going to need you because my food situation's dire. Boop. And yeah, I think in terms of progress, that's pretty good, and I think pretty rapid in its own way. It's still soft copper, we can't pick it up yet, but we need to get these resources down so we can start planning where. Well, I'm going to build over here, aren't I said, near this water, because it's it's water. That wolf is annoying. That's very deep. Let's not fall down that. So if I build on this side of that, we've got an entire chunk of grass which doesn't actually matter, and I don't know, or maybe do I want to be on that side? It's difficult to decide where is best to put some of my plans into action, because the other thing is, long and short of it, I'm planning to build a keep. I mean, it is probably, I'm just going to say, put this out there right away, it's probably not going to be as grand or as big as the kind of keep I did in Terra Firmacraft, and I realised that wasn't actually that grand or that big. But there's a thing about keeps which is often the case, and keeps are often growing svelte. Okay, I'll eat. If I had a clay oven I could make bread, but I haven't yet. We'll address that one at a later date. Keeps are generally, that's not a, no. Is that what I think that is? I've got a sneaking, sorry, I was supposed to end this episode here, but bush can go, I don't care. That normally indicates that there may be a dungeon down here. I'm not going to... need to lose something else. It's going to have to be conglomerate. It's not like I can't get more. But I think I need to, at this point, therefore, make a map. Dungeon, question mark. And skull and crossbones, because I'll inevitably die if I go into that, but you know, things I do for entertainment, eh? Anyways, yeah, I'm not going down there this time, but I will bear in mind that that exists potentially, and until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon.